Alright guys, so I'm spending this week telling you about each of the books in the Project Romance series individually, the ones I have out so far. I have one more left to publish, but we're going to start out with Project Protection as the first book in the Project Romance series and the book that kind of started it all, my debut novel. So we follow Amelie Mills here. She is a gun for hire. She does it as a job. But she gets transferred onto being a bodyguard because she has been a little bit reckless with her job, and her boss wants to maybe like stabilize her a little bit, maybe by making her have to take care of someone else and focus on their safety, right? So her task is to protect Eric here. He's a young CEO getting ready to get his father's business passed down to him, but there's someone out there trying to kill, unalive him and his family. So his father hires a bodyguard, even though he's reluctant about having one because he doesn't really think he's in danger. So they come together trying to figure out who this attacker person is. But in the process, Eric here is a little bit of a playboy, so he kind of messes around, and his mother specifically doesn't like that. She wants him to settle down and get married because he's 25 and she is just very traditional. But Eric doesn't want to do that, clearly, because he's a player. So he tasks Amelia here, instead of announcing that she's his bodyguard, he wants her to pretend to be his girlfriend, his long term girlfriend, until they can solve this case. So it has a little bit of fake dating, a little bit of a mystery to solve. It is a very fun time, and it is the first book of the Project Romance series. Again, you don't have to read them in order. You don't have to read the first book to read the second one or anything like that. It doesn't really spoil much in the other books of what happens in this book, but preferably you could read this in order. But that is Project Protection, and I hope you guys are interested. If you haven't read it already, you should totally check it out and write a review when you're done. It helps a lot. But this is my first book, baby, and I'm happy to share it with you guys.